In Japanese mythology, Tsukiyomi is the god of the moon, born from the eye of the creator. He is a silent observer of the night, and that is exactly the energy this watch brings to your wrist. At first glance, you see a dial that looks like it was carved directly from the lunar surface, craters, shadows, and all. But underneath that artistry lies something almost obsessive. Citizen didn't just want to build a Moonphase watch. They wanted to build a mathematical genius that never needs to be told what time is it. This is arguably the most over-engineered timepiece I have ever worn. Presenting Citizen Tsuki-Yomi. Hello, welcome back to our channel, Worthy. I'm your host Mohit, and today we are going to review something special and very close to my heart, the Citizen Tsuki-Yomi, a watch that in our opinion deserves a lot more limelight than it actually gets. Citizen is a brand that often gets overshadowed by Seiko's hype and Tissot's Swiss marketing. But remember, Citizen was the first to give us a titanium watch in 1970s and the first to perfect the solar power tech with EcoDrive. What people don't often realize is Citizen is not just Citizen. They own brands like Bulova, Arnold & Son, Frederick Constant, Alpina, and Campanola. Miyota movements are also owned by Citizen. So sit tight, because by the end of this video, you might just start looking at Citizen with a whole new level of admiration. Now let's quickly check the dimensions. The watch comes in with a case size of 43mm. That sounds big on paper, but thanks to the lug design and slim case profile of around 10mm thickness, it wears surprisingly well even on medium-sized wrists. It doesn't overhang like some oversized watches. The lug width is 22mm, so you will have ample strap options available. The watch retails around $695 in Europe, $850 in US, and sadly not available in India, but you can get it from Desert Card. In the real world, you can often find this between $500 to $600 US, like Joma Shop is selling it for $539 US at the time of making this video. I got this watch in this beautiful deep navy blue dial, and the other colorways options are red, green, gray, and black. If you compare this to Seiko's Astron GPS Solar, you'll see similarities in advanced time syncing, but the Astron typically costs a lot more. Casio's Oceanus line also offers radio-controlled solar watches, but those models usually lean toward a sportier look, while Citizen takes a more refined and dressy approach with this watch. The case is made of super titanium with Duratect coating, finished in a mix of brushed and polished finishes. The sides are smooth and polished. The bezel is fixed and it frames the dial beautifully. The crown sits at 3 o'clock and feels precise when operated. It's not a screw-down type, but the push and turn action feels really crisp. There are also pushers to manage radio control and calendar function, which are well integrated into the case sides. The watch comes with a super titanium bracelet that matches the case nicely. It uses solid links with brushed top surfaces and polished accents. The clasp is a deployment style with push-button release and has only one micro-adjustment hole. It's the kind of a bracelet you'll happily wear all day without itchiness or sharp edges digging into your wrist. If you're into strap changes, the 22mm lug width gives you plenty of options. And covering the dial is a sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. Now star of the show, the dial. The watch features a deep navy blue dial that shifts shades under different lighting and resembles moon. The name Tsuki-Yomi literally means reading the moon, and the dial is a masterpiece of storytelling. It has this deep blue rocky texture that mimics the lunar surface. Around the outer ring, you will find options for GMT time, summertime function, and radio control function. While the subdial manages Moonphase, southern and northern hemisphere, power reserve, day of the week, and 24-hour time, indices are applied and filled with lume. They are silver toned and catches the light beautifully. Here are the lume shots for you. At 6 o'clock, you get the Moonphase display, which is crisp and artistic, almost like a miniature night sky. Other functions like northern and southern hemisphere adjustment, daylight saving toggle, battery indicator, perpetual calendar are all integrated seamlessly. It's a busy dial, but not messy. It's a dial you'll keep discovering new details on. The watch uses caliber H874, and this is where it gets crazy. This is the world's first watch to combine radio-controlled atomic timekeeping with a Moonphase. It receives a radio signal from atomic clocks across the globe. Based on that signal, it uses a unique mathematical formula to calculate the exact phase of the moon every single day. It even has a northern and southern hemisphere adjustment. meaning if you fly from Terry to Australia and you change to Southern Hemisphere, the moon on your dial flips to show you what exactly the moon looks like in the Southern Hemisphere. Now let's be real for a second. No watch is perfect, and here are the pros and cons. Now that we have gone through the specs of the watch, it's time to try this on and find out if it is wrist-worthy or not. On the wrist, the blue dial really stands out. It plays with the light like the surface of the water at dusk. Wearing the Tsuki-Yomi is a delight. The bracelet hugs the wrist comfortably and the deployment clasp feels secure. The dial readability is excellent even though it's packed with complications. Everything is laid out nicely. Under direct sunlight, the anti-reflective sapphire makes the dial pop. At night, the lume does its job without being overpowering. Operating the crown and pushers gives a tactile sense of precision. There is no wobble or mushiness like I have noticed in the previous Radio Control ProMaster. The link is in the description. The Moonphase display adds a touch of charm. It's a Moonphase watch on a Moonphase dial. The radio control function does not work in India. However, you can use the JJY emulator app to sync the time with your phone. I have explained it in my previous video. Click on the link in the description below. Compared to my other watches, this one feels like the perfect blend of daily wearability and geeky features. And yet, despite all its complexity, you can wear this watch daily without it feeling like too much. It's versatile enough for office wear, evening dinners, and even casual weekends. So here's my honest take. If you are looking for a simple thin dress watch, go buy that Tissot we talked about in the previous video. But if you are looking for a watch that is a conversation starter, a watch that is literally synced to an atomic clock and the moon itself, this is unbeatable. It's a set and forget masterpiece. You can leave it in your drawer for months, bring it out into the light, and it will wake up and set itself to the exact second and the exact moon phase. I'm genuinely impressed that Citizen can offer this level of high-end tech at this price. It's not just a watch, it's a piece of astronomical equipment on your wrist. It delivers complications and accuracy that many brands would not even think about. So where does this leave us? The Citizen Tsuki-Yomi is a prime example of why Citizen deserves more respect. They have packed a watch with features most people don't even realize are possible in a watch. For a watch collector, this is the kind of a watch that gives you both peace of mind and joy on the wrist. You won't worry about the battery change. You won't worry about setting the time. It simply works day after day with accuracy and charm. In a world where watches are often about hype, this one is about substance. And that's the Citizen Tsuki-Yomi for you. Now I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of this watch? Or is it a bit too much for your taste? Drop it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and hype the video so YouTube knows it's worth showing to more watch lovers. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you in the next one. Until next time, keep it classy and stay wristworthy.